I guess I'm serving on the board because of my gray hairs. There's such wisdom in the older people. But more than anything, I enjoy being part of the Board of Pilsen Alliance because of the youth and the strength that they bring to our community. Their ideas, their way of doing things, and with such spirit that, you know, I'm not going to worry about the future if I can have all of you that are here being involved in the community. So I do want to welcome you here to Ciudadli. I always have a hard time pronouncing that, the name. And this place is a very good place to have events like this. So we have to support this place. We have to find a way to support it because we don't want it to be taken away. This has led us from a long history of struggle in this community. Long history of struggle on issues that today we still have them. We did not get rid of all of them. And I'm just going to mention a few. We're talking about La Migra. We're talking about police brutality. We're talking about lack of good education for our community. It doesn't mean that we all have to just sit and say, oh my God. No, on the contrary. It makes us stronger to know that we have these problems in our community. And because we have NALGA, forget that, NALGA, okay? We have the head to do this, we can unite our ideas and our forces, and then we can be that welcoming to the future people living in this community. I don't know how far gentrification will take us, okay, because it's taken us so far already. Maybe we'll not be able to stop it completely, but the point is that we have to educate the people that are moving in this community. What is Pilsen about? How is Pilsen, cannot be, the spirit of Pilsen and what it stands for, you know, our culture, our art, you know, we're willing to pass it on to other people. And at the same time, we want people to keep what Pilsen means to the community. And the other part of welcoming anyone who wants to be part of our community is by stating we want the strongest, the most open-minded people, and people with some money as well, of course, because we need money in the community. And also, I would like to welcome the ideas that have come forward since we started this project. And I want to thank the Humanities Council because if it wasn't for humanities, I don't know, a lot of us would not be able to have all the media. There's media. You're going to go on TV, radio, it costs money. And this is important for us to understand and to admire, to respect, to know that we have this type of media here. Another media person that we have here is Reggie Gonzalez, who's been part of the community, I don't know for how many years, Reggie, but it's been a long time. But he's a lot younger than I am, okay? About 10 years, no, I'm kidding. Anyway, the point is that this welcoming gives us an opportunity to know each other, to believe that diversity is an answer to some of our problems. Diversity is important to our community. It's important to the city of Chicago. It's important in our own lives. So with that, I'm going to give the microphone to the people that are, who else?
Okay. No, I'll
That was the point of centralizing and of unity for the activists at that time in the late 60s and early 70s. I was very happy to have represented our organization, Pilsen Alliance. As you all know, Pilsen Alliance has been a forthright leader in trying to end this process of gentrification. It continues, and some people have said it will never stop. So Pilsen Alliance will never stop because we need to continue on this struggle of making sure that gentrification doesn't take away our lives just as it took away our murals here in Pilsen. Right here in front of Casa Aslan, what used to be Casa Aslan, we have here our poster showing what was destroyed here at Casa Aslan by the developers. And we also have one of the artists here present who did this work here.
Who's that?
And that, I believe, he's standing right over there. His name is
Marcos Raya.
Sorry about that. The other thing is that when we entered into this meeting, we wanted to show the developers that we had faith in them It doesn't mean that we have complete faith in them, because that would be a lie. We wanted them to know what our demands were. And then, of course, we had the feedback of what they were able to give us. And of course, the one thing that they did say they could give us and was regarding the murals, regarding the repainting of the murals, having back some of the artists, the original artists, to repaint or redo our murals. So that was very important. The other important part of this meeting was this gentleman, Andy Aito, who is a developer, who is the person who bought the building, who said that he's also willing to make sure that our children, our youth, have something of lessons in art. How far that will go, we don't know yet, but we do know that's what he stated. They also beat around the bush regarding the gentrification. We put forth two main topics. One was on the murals that were destroyed, and the other one was on affordable housing, on how they can give what they're taking out of our community. And of course, they went around, beat around the bush as far as, well, there's very little that we can do for affordable housing. You have to go through this law and that law. Well, you know what, folks? I'm going to tell you, to whoever is hearing, it is the fault of people like the mayor, Rahm Emanuel. Okay, it is the fault of people like Danny Solis. It is the fault of unscrupulous people like some of the developers, that we are losing our community, that we are losing the beautiful art that we have. Our beautiful culture is being sold. It's being sold to the highest bidder. We have to put a stop to that. Estamos aquí para decirles a ustedes sobre el reporte que nos da una poca de descanso en esta lucha para salvar a nuestra comunidad Pilsen Alliance. Disculpen, para salvar esta comunidad de Pilsen. Y yo, como represento la organización de Pilsen Alliance, por eso estoy aquí, fui parte de un comité que se formó el 5 más o menos de julio, donde viviendas accesibles para toda la gente. Que la gente no pierdamos, no tengamos más desplazados. Tenemos muchos desplazados en los últimos 10 años. Así es de que eso es algo muy importante que queremos que la comunidad sepa. Y que los culpables de esto tienen que ser mencionados. Y espero que nadie aquí en la media tenga miedo de mencionar los nombres que les voy a dar. Los culpables son Rahm Emanuel, el alcalde que supuestamente apoya al inmigrante. Aquí demuestra que él no apoya al inmigrante. Él apoya su bolsillo. Es lo que él apoya. Tenemos a Danny Solis, otra persona que según es la persona que nos debe de cuidar, pero no nos cuida como comité, como comunidad. Así es de que hay algo en que tenemos que fijarnos para poder mejorar la situación. Siempre se busca a alguien que sea responsable de lo que ha pasado aquí con los murales, que alguien más les va a hablar acerca de lo que representan estos murales. Además, queremos decirles que como comunidad, tenemos que hacer algo. No podemos nomás ir a la casa, hablar con nuestra familia, no. Cuando llamemos una acción, los queremos a todos presentes, a todos. Seas tú latinoamericano, mexicano, puertorriqueño, te necesitamos aquí. ¿Por qué? Porque la comunidad de Pilsen ha luchado muchísimo por derechos de los obreros, de las escuelas, contra ataques policíacos. Así es de que es muy importante que este mensaje se lleve a través, porque la gentrificación es como una maldición. Y hay que ver y hay que reconocer que Aztlán representa, no solamente aquí en Pilsen, representa a los latinos, a los mexicanos, en toda la nación. Así es de que un ataque a uno es un ataque a todos. Y vemos que esto sí es un ataque. Ahora, los estoy haciendo una invitación para que marchemos el 29 de julio de este año. Esto es una marcha contra el desplazamiento de, vamos a decir, miles de mexicanos, latinos, gente obrera que fue desplazada de esta comunidad por culpa de los developers, que es una palabra que en inglés y español tenemos que saber lo que significa, y también por la culpa de Rahm Emanuel y la culpa de Danny Solís. Así es de que esto es muy importante, que estén presentes en la Plaza Tenochtitlán, que ya saben que está en la Blue Island con la calle 18. Ahí los esperamos el julio 29 del presente. Yo les quiero dar las gracias a todos ustedes por haber estado aquí con nosotros y darnos la oportunidad para sacar esto adelante. Y,
No.
Vamos a tomar preguntas a después,
Sí.
¿sí? Primero vamos a hacer una pequeña explicación de la Junta y después podemos tomar las preguntas, ¿está bien? So first we're gonna give the report back and then we can take any questions that you may have, okay?
Okay.
Ahora quiero presentar a otra persona del comité que ha sido miembro de las juntas, también estuvo en las juntas con el desarrollador, es una persona que también ha estado muy envuelta muchísimo tiempo, activista, organizadora aquí en Pilsen también, residente, vamos a presentar a Marta Ayala también que estuvo ahí presente. Marta.
Quiero decir, and then I switch to English, quiero decir que yo estoy envuelta porque yo he visto por muchos años que Pilsen Alliance ha estado siempre defendiendo defendiendo a los residentes de nuestra comunidad para que no sean desplazados. Y cuando vemos este abuso que sucedió aquí, eso fue una llamada no solo para mí, sino para todos los que están aquí, estudiantes, profesores, activistas, artistas, un llamado de que no podemos seguir permitiendo que desplacen a nuestra comunidad, una comunidad que es de trabajadores y que ha creado toda esta riqueza de arte. Y cuando digo de arte, entonces quiero decirles también que estoy aquí para una voz para los artistas, que estos promotores de cultura, estos creadores de tantos bellos murales y todo esto, necesitan el apoyo completo de toda la gente en la comunidad y a nivel de la ciudad. Por eso es que enganchamos a Rahm Emanuel, porque no se le están dando los fondos ni los recursos para mantener los espacios creativos. Y siguen repitiendo que hay violencia, pero los jóvenes nuestros no tienen esos espacios donde ser creativos. La gente rica sí los tiene, la gente trabajadora como nosotros no los tenemos. Tenemos muchas agencias de servicio aquí en la comunidad, pero no están bien enlazados con los artistas. Ahora es tiempo, cuando vimos este boom que nos borraron, es tiempo de que las voces de los artistas se escuchen. I want to say that, I'm here because I want to support this effort of, stopping gentrification. And also like this thing about, there's a problem about affordable housing. They say they want to give affordable housing, but it's never affordable to us. We're stuck. That's what I learned from the meeting today. That Pilsen, it is stuck. The formula is not working. And I saw at the developer and the attorney that was with him as a bridge. Let us take, you want to collaborate with us? I think they do. They want the art back here. If the artists are in agreement, then we will have it back. They want to even open the space for arts that was already set for children to learn some art, to do some arts here. That's fine. It is only the beginning. The drums have just started sounding off, because this is something that's not only happening in Pilsen, it's happening citywide, it's happening in California. They're burning buildings. Why? Because housing is not available. And affordability, the formula is not working. We need to think creatively, we need to think outside the box, and we need to hold accountable. Because we lost this building for very little money, but then they jacked it up so nobody could reach it. But damn, if I were an older person, if I were and this is my community, for the little money that we lost, this story wouldn't have happened. We would still have Casas Land, and then we would have just moved the people that ran it down and create it and bring it back to its glory. And we still can have our Casas Land functioning well for our community. Gracias. Here as someone that came with the Chicanos, that came with José Gamaliel González, March Movimiento Artístico Chicano 40 years ago. We came with Cesar Chavez, we came with Dolores Huerta, we came with ¿cómo se llama este? Edward Olmos, and if we need to, we're going to come back again. Well, we know we're coming back. And I'm Mexican, and I have two gifts. Emmanuel and Solis, I have two gifts to bring to the table. That is building community, not tearing down, and the other one is community engagement, which seems to be lacking in this city. And I'm of the working poor. I am the working poor. We, all of us, all these beautiful faces, we are what makes this city work. And it's about time that we get the resources, because we do a lot with very little resources. And we cannot afford the affordable formula that you have. Change it.
Thank you. Ahora vamos a darle una oportunidad también a los artistas, a algunos de los artistas. Lo que queríamos también dejar en claro que todavía, como dijo Marta, como dijo Magda, no hay un acuerdo todavía, están en conversaciones con los artistas de qué es lo que va a pasar. Todavía pues tenemos muchos de los artistas muralistas originales que pues tienen que juntarse y ver qué es lo que deciden, cuál es la propuesta y ver si es que eso es algo que se decide hacer. So just want to let clear, we have some more artists, hopefully they can participate today. You know, they're still going to talk, you know, as a group, see if they're going to take the proposal, take, you know, with the dimension programming for children, whatever is happening with the murals, inside or outside. So we leave up to the artists to see what's going to happen next. So now we're going to open it up to some of the artists that have been part of these discussions, so that they can also set, you know, some of the meaning of the mural and what it means to the community and what is being lost, because it's a big loss. And unfortunately, the big absence here are like people who can help and should have been here, which is the mayor and the alderman, and they're not here with us today. So,
se me olvidó, discúlpame. Se me olvidó decirles que estén presentes. Quisiera que las cámaras vengan hacia mi cara, por favor, cualquier cámara. Quiero invitar al Rami Manuel, pero principalmente a Danny Solís, porque Danny Solís es muy culpable de lo que nos está pasando. Él dejó que nos robaran el mandado. Él tiene que ser responsable y responder a las demandas del pueblo, que somos aquí, los que estamos presentes, más los que están afuera. Así es de que te reto, Danny Solís, para que te reúnas con la organización de Pilsen Alliance y el comité de ERHAC sobre lo que está pasando aquí en Cazatlán. Estamos esperando tu respuesta. La otra cosa es que me imagino que Byron va a decir acerca de uno de los artistas que viene hoy para reunirse con los developers, con nuestro comité, para acerca de lo que se va a hacer en respuesta a las pinturas, a los murales que están aquí en lo que era Cazatlán.
entonces,
Let the people know out there that we are on the job. We are here not only to capitalize on the situation with the mural. We're here on a real mission, and that is to put an end to gentrification. You have to know that. So if you are against it and you're not immediate, just come up here and join us. That means you, Mario, over there.
so I have some people who went in a meeting today with the developer, as we have said in some public meetings. At the developer's request, Mr. Andrew Agito requested a meeting, a smaller meeting, where we can talk some of the community demands. So that's what we did today, and we announced that in the public meetings that we have had, that we will get some artists, some people from the community, not only Pilsen Alliance members, some artists, some muralists were with us today to talk directly with the developer about his plan, his idea, his vision, whatever he thought he was proposing from the community today. So we met for about 2 hours at his request. With some conversations, we brought forward some of the demands that the community had, some of the demands including affordable housing in this on site, you know, the fact that we have lost a community center in the community and what is going to happen next. We also talk about what is going to happen if the mural is going to be recreated or it's going to be replaced, what happens to the outside, the inside murals, and finally about what's happening with the murals in Pilsen in general, because there's been a lot of murals that have been lost. Out of 107 murals that have been tracked from 1968 to 2014, apparently only 38 are left. So we talk about all these big losses that we experienced as a community. So we're here to give you a report back, because we believe in transparency. We believe that you have to be. We believe in that you have to be informed. We're reporting back on this meeting. So now we're gonna get some people who were part of the meeting There were apparently 8 people, 4 Pilsen Alliance people, 4 muralists and residents who were part of this small meeting. Now, so we're gonna report back and take some questions. So I'm going to introduce first Magda Castañeda, President of the Board of Pilsen Alliance, who was also at the meeting today at 9 a.m.
Okay.
We're inside the big hall here, on the first floor.
Let Magda.
Where they erased.
Él nos dijo que lo de adentro ya no hay nada. Quitaron esas paredes y ahí iban recuerdos y en realidad estaba la historia de los chicanos ahí escrita en pintura. Y sí, él no guardó nada y dijeron que hicieron un esfuerzo de hacer algo, pero que ellos no estaban dispuestos a esperar todo el tiempo y que esa idea se borró. Yo lo que sí también, además, ahorita que sí, sus preguntas, lo que le quiero dar un mensaje a nuestra gente allí. Esto es solamente un principio, una cosa que está pasando apenas ahorita, pero la cuestión de gentrificación ha estado muchos años aquí. Y sí, es verdad que muchas de las cosas que hicimos en los 70 ya no están, pero ¿saben algo? El espíritu del pueblo sigue viviendo aquí. Y es por eso que no les vamos a decir que se den por vencidos, que ya los developers ya están aquí. No, tenemos que seguir luchando, no perder las esperanzas de lo que fue en los 70, porque lo tenemos aquí. Eso sí les quiero decir.
¿Él está rentando estos apartamentos o lo están vendiendo condominios?
Rentar.
¿No está vendiendo condominios?
No.
¿Y cuántos apartamentos van a estar aquí?
10 apartamentos.
10 apartamentos, ¿por cuánto por mes?
De 4 recámaras.
4 recámaras.
Bueno, él dijo 1,000 por cuarto. Dijo que por lo menos 4 de ellos van a ser de 4 recámaras, es decir, hasta $4,000, lo más alto, y después si son de 2 cuartos, $2,000, de 3 cuartos, $3,000, pero son todos para rentar, no son para comprar. Sorry, there was one more.
Did you discuss with the developers whether or not the artists will able to have control over the content, and what if the muralists and the community and the people decide they want to have a mural about gentrification and affordable housing on this wall?
I know there's several answers. I know Martha was especially there for this particular question. So, Martha, why don't you give an answer?
Well, you just made a specific thing about gentrification. He did say that he was leaving it up to the artists, you know, to get a team and you know, present ideas of what they're going to bring to this building. Ray Patlan is coming in tonight, and Ray Patlan did paint these walls too, and Marcos Raya did too, I think over Ray Patlan, because I remember seeing a photograph that said, el respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz. You know, to respect other people's right is peace. So I'm sure that and what I like about Patlan, and Marcos Raya is Marcos Raya. I mean, unquestionable. He is un chingón. I'll say it here. What I like about Ray Patlan is that he spoke so well about the importance of community murals, of engaging the youth and the children, and that's what is important now. What is at risk is the children and the youth, and he's a community builder, and we need that. That we're not excluding El Maestro Marcos Raya, but I hope this answers your question.
Well, they have to submit designs to
Wait, hold on. Let me add.
Yeah, let them speak.
Yeah, because I think there's going to be a lot of specifics about the I know that he said that he'll respect a team that is going to be put together by local artists. I think I'll say that. Like he said that he's going to respect it.
What I would like to, primeramente, it's a very good question, because it's going to enable us to put more power into our opinions and what the people want in here. He did make mention, the developer, his name is Andy, his last name is hard to pronounce, Aito, and he said that he has some ideas. What ideas he has, he did not speak about that, but he said he has some ideas that he's going to propose to the artists. But here is where our unity as a community must come through, and we must empower the artists to do what the community needs.
Do you have a list of who artists are included in this for future meeting? Do you have a list?
Yes, we do.
Can you make that public soon?
We will make it public soon.
And if somebody who was an artist in the community and is not on that list, will he be able to?
Everybody's able to join. What we'll say is, you know, the group of the community, the artists first have to come in agreement. The community has to come to agreement, and I think all the artists have said that they are, you know, going to work.
Byron, of course, right now Pilsen's suffering through gentrification right now. How many other locations are at risk, and have those developers reached out to the Pilsen Alliance?
So I can tackle that. So we do have a big, massive issue in terms of displacement that comes along with new projects like this. We have the 18th and Peoria lots that are, you know, 465 luxury units, also rentals, all rentals. A proposal where the developer even puts out his own surveys, doesn't listen to nobody but himself, and complete silence for the alderman and the mayor. Same another new project with 0 units affordable. That's what he said. He said that the numbers don't add up. The same message that we hear from every single developer. We've seen other ones, like there's another retail space on 19th and Sangamon that is going to be a massive retail project with no communication to the community. Those are the hundreds of units too for retail space at a high end. So we have a lot of projects going on, 0 communication.
How many people have been displaced, and what are the names of the developing organizations that are gentrifying Pilsen right now?
Well, this is City Pads, PMG, the other one is Condo Partners, among many, right? So Nelson Hill, the biggest property manager in Pilsen. So I think what we want to make sure is that the alderman, the mayor, or authorities are doing something. Silence is not going to help us.
How many people have been displaced so far, to the best of your knowledge?
10,000 people in the last decade.
But, Antonio Zavala from FA, we understand that the developer has already made an agreement with 2 artists. How do you react to that?
There's no such agreement. I think there's still, for my understanding, I think is that there been conversation, but there's no commitment. I think that we hope that the artists get together and, you know, they see what they decide. To do it or not to do it is going to be up to them.
Is there a redlining happening right now that no one is bringing that issue up? Redlining this area, making it very unaffordable, letting these developers come in and no one's talking about that?
Well, I mean, again, you know, this is a responsibility of, we have an alderman, we have a mayor, right? We have organizations. We see that we need to be more vocal. So far, are the residents who are coming out, you know, and one small organization. But this is a call for everybody, for artists or community residents, but especially or public officials to come and do something. You know, when you left developers off the hook and they think that they can do whatever they want, early on, this is what we see.
I wanted to add something to that part. I asked the developer, Andy, how long ago did he buy the building? He said 2 years ago. Now, as we discussed further, the members of this committee, it came to be known that something could have been done 2 years ago. We could have had affordable housing. There are plans, and the people that know these plans did not come through. They did not step up to the challenge, and that person is Danny Solis. So he is giving himself carte blanche to sell Pilsen. Pero ¿saben qué? Pilsen no se vende. Any more questions?
Magda, how do you spell Mr. Aito's last name?
Yes.
Do you know?
Aitow. Andrew Aito.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people go to help out Pilsen Alliance or other organizations that are helping the people of the community?
Build a coalition.
Yeah, we're trying to build a coalition, right? So we have a group of approximately 150 people right now who are committed. And there's not only Pilsen Alliance, we have artists, we have people all over the place. We're calling for this coalition to come to the March 2 on July 29th for everybody to come out and be part of the solution. And this is a large coalition, it's not only one organization or a few artists. This is a group of 150 residents, and we hope that more people join these efforts.
What does a timeline look like for construction and the murals?
So he did say, and correct me if I'm wrong, he wants to have these condos ready by September. And then he's saying that that's why, because it's 80%, the project is about 80% completed, that now it's kind of too late to do anything, and it's unfortunately not his fault. He was not the one who sold the building, and nobody has given him any creative ideas. So right now he said that it's not feasible. But like Magda said, 2 years ago perhaps something should have been done. And is at this point something is an uphill battle, but a battle that we believe is still something we need to fight.
Is there a movement to open up another Casa Slan in the community? Is there any proposal support that?
We're developing that. We are developing that because we lost the murals, but what's so precious is all the space that could be used in a more creative way, or a space that we so direly need. You know, artists are always looking for space, and then we see lots of, you know, warehouses that other people can afford, but our artists do not have access to it. We want our community leaders to start thinking outside the box. The condos shouldn't be for the hipsters or the professionals that can afford $4,000 rents, $5,000, whatever. Condo spaces and warehouse spaces should be used for work-live space for artists. We have to start that discussion. So what we're saying, that's one thing that we can talk to Danny about. We're also inviting the artists to join the movement because we're experiencing a renaissance within the artist community.
So,
¿Tu nombre?
as a Moises Moreno, Pilsen Alliance community organizer, when we met with the developer, we challenged him not just to consider replacing the arts. I agree with some of the artists that this can never be replaced. But we do need to fight for community arts all over the community. So we challenged him on committing to his word that he wants to help restore the arts with the community and provide those arts. So we will hold him accountable to that commitment. We also challenged him on the affordable housing. He is planning on charging rents up to $4,000 at the high end. So we feel like that's not affordable. We kindly ask him to consider the working families that are being displaced on a daily basis. So we will challenge him to see if he has the compassion, him and his investors, if they have the compassion and the understanding of what's really going on. It's not all dollars and cents, it's not all profit driven. These are people's lives. So we will challenge him on that and hold him accountable. We hope that he will see the people that are here that are being mostly affected, that the community arts do need to be preserved, and that affordable housing is a human right, because we don't want to see another mural here that will make his property values look better. Okay, so long story short, we want to make sure that we can work with these developers, because believe it or not, we don't have many opportunities like this. To have a developer to actually come and meet with us, that's an opportunity. So we want to work with the developer, and we want other people to realize that, hey, if we can work with this developer, maybe we can set a precedent. Okay. And again, the sentiment that Magda said, we need Rahm Emanuel, our mayor, to see what's going on. If he supports the arts, then put your money where the mouth is, okay? And invest in the arts community. Don't just do it when it's convenient. And same thing for Alderman Solis. You know, your community is being attacked by gentrification, and we challenge you to meet with us, to meet with the community, to meet with the people that are mostly affected, and work with us. Work with us. You were elected to work with us, and we ask you to do your job. Mi nombre es Moisés Moreno, organizador de Pilsen Alliance. Solo un breve reporte que hablamos con el inversionista que no quiere proveer apartamentos baratos. Él dice que los bancos y todo eso, que no le da oportunidad, ¿verdad? Que es un negocio para él, ¿verdad? Pero nosotros le suplicamos que baje la renta un poquito, porque quiere cobrar rentas hasta $4,000.
Es $1,000 por cuarto cada mes.
$1,000 por recámara.
$1,000
por recámara. ¿Quién aquí puede pagar esa renta? Es lo que esperaba. Entonces, la meta es que hablamos con los inversionistas, que hablamos con el concejal Solís, con el alcalde Ram, que habla con nosotros, que se junte, que se reúne con la comunidad, que estamos desesperados. Tenemos gente que están desplazados cada día y no hay vivienda accesible. Entonces, pintando un mural no va a salvar la situación. Necesitamos las artes y vivienda accesible, y no deberíamos no podemos escoger. No podemos dejarnos como comunidad, ¿verdad? Que con unas migajas eso se va a resolver el problema. No, queremos que se preserven las artes y que nos da vivienda accesible. Yo personalmente lo pedí al inversionista que baje la renta un poquito, unos $100 o $200. Eso nos puede ayudar mucho como trabajadores, como estudiantes, como artes, a ver si él realmente quiere trabajar con nosotros, y esperamos una respuesta buena con el inversionista, con el concejal Solís. Aquí estamos, y con el alcalde Rahm Emanuel. Here we are. This is Pilsen. We are here. We will not go nowhere. Thank you.